Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. It's Valentine's 2024 week 1, where I will do 7 projects, 7 days next week. But you have to be part of my Inky Hands crew membership to get all 7 days. So I have a membership that I started, I believe, in September, and we are having so much fun. I make them 2 video tutorials every single week. So like they get 2 free classes, and they're a little bit nicer projects than what I show on my channel, just because I want them to get their money's worth. It's a lot of fun, and we have been having the best time together. And so anyway, if you want 7 days, you'll have to subscribe. It's about the price of a Starbucks coffee, so it's not too bad, and you get an entire month for that price. So anyway, you can find more information about that on Wednesday. I will be posting the sneak peek pictures for those projects, and if you're interested, you just have to sign up by Thursday night. I send out the tutorials for the members on Friday. And so you have to be signed up by Thursday, midnight Eastern Standard Time, and make sure that you are a subscriber to my email newsletter. If you don't know how to subscribe to that, or if you're considering being a part of the membership, make sure that you're subscribed to my email newsletter. So that's how I send out the membership videos. So you need to go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. And then you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom on mobile. Underneath my photo, there's a section that says email newsletter, and sign up for that. And then if you're on mobile, that's how you'll do it. If you're on computer, it'll be on your right-hand side in the sidebar of my website. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about today. We are making these adorable lollipop holders. How cute is this? This is for the Swirled Heart lollipops, and this is what the lollipops look like. I have bought them at the Dollar Tree, and so if you run out there and get you a bag of them, you can make this really cute treat holder as well. Or if you get a lollipop that's similar in size, you can also make one of these. So the lollipop sits inside. See, I can pop it out there for you, inside of the center here. And I just think this is the cutest project. I'm using some new dies that are in the new mini catalog, which I absolutely love. Now, you guys know that I'm all about the shapes. And so if you've been following me for a while, hopefully you've been collecting your shapes. And of course, I use stylish shapes all the time. You guys know that. And I have used all that dies quite often, and we're using those today. And I have 2 new dies that we're using. We're using this detailed, I can't even remember, see, Everyday Details. And we're using the largest circle from that. And then this is a brand new called Mini Alphabet Dies. So cute. And that's where I got the word love. And then we're going to use the heart from our Bee Builder punch right there. All right. The ribbon is from the 3 ribbon pack that you get, the blue, the yellow, and the pink. It's a sheer ribbon combo pack. And we're using the bubble bath ribbon. I always want to say bubble gum. I don't mean bubble gum. All right, so we're going to use all these dies. I'm going to explain, so I'm just going to put them off to the side and bring them back in as we need them. All righty. So we're going to start with a piece of Real Red cardstock, and it's 3 by 3.5 inches. And of course, like almost every single project that I make, my Simply Score comes out first, okay? We're going to do a little scoring. So on the long side, which is the 3.5 inch side, you're going to score at 1.5 inches and at 2 inches. And then on the short side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 2.5. All right. so that's what you have. I'll show you. I'm going to burnish. And this is the piece that's going to hold our lollipop, okay? So what you want to do is you want to use a thick bladed scissor, and you want to trim that score mark away. I don't like the bulk that it creates, so I get rid of it completely. I cut on both sides of it. Let's do the other side. All right, that's all the waste. Now, we're going to use a ruler. We're gonna measure at the 1 inch mark. You're gonna put it at this score line and that. It's a 2 inch across. So we're gonna put a dot here at the 1 inch right there in the center. And we're just gonna kind of put a mark. All right. And we are gonna take our not simply scored. I've lost my train of thought. And I have lost my take your pick tool. Oh, there it is. I've been creating and I have stuff everywhere. So I'm going to give it a little press, start on that side, but then I'm going to flip to the inside and I'm going to push like this, and I'm going to give it a nice rotation. Okay. And then next you're going to take your lollipop stick and you're going to put it in here, and you're going to press the thickness of this paper wrapper because that has to go through. So you're just going to hold it and you're going to get it like that. Okay. That is where you want your piece to go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, now that I have that nice little hole, and the reason that I didn't use a hole punch is because it can't reach that far. Okay, it just doesn't work. So what I'm going to do with my scissor here is all that little stray kind of cardstock, because the paper snips are so thin bladed, you can really clean that up really well by just slowly working your way around the circle and kind of cleaning up the rough of the cardstock that's been kind of pressed. And you don't need it to be perfect. No one's going to look at the bottom because it's going to be surrounded by this circle, but you can clean it up a smidge, okay? So now we're going to do a little bit of gluing. So I'm going to grab my glue. And look, my piece is like, ugh, I hate when that happens. I got to pull that off. All right. So we're first going to put some adhesive on this flap, and we're going to bring this piece over to meet it. We're just going to hold that in place for a second, let it grab. Gonna grab this one, do the same. And we're just going to hold it there until it grabs. Now this is going to be the little holder for our lollipop, so you really want to make sure it's nice and tight. All right, and then you can either put these pieces in or you can tuck these pieces inside, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck mine inside. So I'm gonna put adhesive on these long flaps. And I'm gonna tuck them in and slide them inside. And then all I'm gonna do is hold my bone folder against this side and press, and then hold my bone folder against this side and press. All right, so there is our box, and you can lay it on the side, and if it sticks up like that one happens to be sticking up a little bit, you can trim it with your paper snips. No one's gonna see this part, remember I told you, so if you're a smidge off, it's okay. And I don't mind being off because sometimes I just am, you know, I don't always cut perfectly, but it's a handmade and we can always fix it. And like I said, wait until you see, no one is even going to see that. Can you really even see that box in there? So no, you can't. No sweating it, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and put our lollipop inside and press it through, okay? So that's what it looks like. And we have cut 2 of the largest circles. So let me grab that. So this is the largest one, okay? So you need 2 of those. And you're going to put adhesive on your box here. And this is going to stick to your circle. And it doesn't matter as long as you have it nice and squared. You know, try and center it as best you can in the middle of that circle. And then you can use and just push. You can press like this with the other side as long as you're holding it in place, and that helps to secure that side down. And now we're going to glue this one on top. But before we do that, we're going to decorate this. So set that off to the side. All right, we're going to attach our Stylish Shapes circle. And it is the second largest Stylish Shapes circle. And so we're going to go ahead and glue that flat. Let me grab my silicone mat before I start making a mess. So we're going to, I don't know why that is not wanting to stay. It's really bothering me. Let me grab a piece of tape and see if I can get it to behave itself. Okay. I'm almost out of this bottle actually, but it's been acting up for a while. I shouldn't have pulled that piece off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and position this circle inside of this one. And it's just glued with that adhesive. And, you know, I like to use my little roller to get that nice and secure. Okay. Then we are going to take our bubble bath, and this is from the All That dies, and so we're going to use that one right there, and it's actually going to be popped up. So let's go ahead and grab our dimensionals. I'm going to put one in the middle. That's good. Pull the backs off, and we'll attach this onto our white circle. So pretty. Okay, next we're going to take our heart from our bee punch, okay, in Real Red. So I've just trimmed that out, not trimmed, punched that out of Real Red, and I'm going to put mini dimensionals. And we're going to pull the backs off. And we're going to place it near the top, like that. Okay, because we want to fit the word love down here. Okay, so let's see if I have all my letters. Oh, my L went missing. I knew this was going to happen. I just had everything before I started this video, but it just, oh, there it is. I found it. It's just when you're on camera, stuff like this just happens, okay? There's my bow. I've already tied it. All right, so I'm going to use my parts and pieces. So those of you who know me, I save all the pieces of the edges of my, the mini dimensionals because they have nice wide edges. And I'm going to flip all my letters over. And we're going to put those little strips onto our letters. So I'm going to have one there for the L. And then we're going to do 2 for the O. 1 on either side there. That one didn't want to come off. All right, so there's our O. And then we're going to do 2 for the V. One on either side of the V. All right, and then we're gonna do for the E. So we'll get one for that, and I'm actually gonna put 2 halves. So I'm gonna cut another one, and then I'm gonna cut that one in half. I'm gonna pull it off, and I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna take part of it and put it on the bottom of this V here, and part of it, and elongate this part of the E so it has enough. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the O. So I'm gonna cut one, and then I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna put half at the top and the bottom. And you don't have to, you could just use your little straight pieces. I tend to put plenty of these little dimensional pieces on my projects, so don't mind me. And then I'm gonna use this little corner piece for the bottom of that L. But I would just cut another small short one and put it here at the bottom. All right, so now we have all of those. Let's pull the backs off of them. So there's our L and our O. It's a little harder to remove them with the take your pick tool when they're those little skinny pieces, but I'm gonna try. They're gonna want to stick to my fingers. All right, let's get the ones off for the V. I'm gonna just use my fingers to get them off and make my life easier because they're sticking to me. All right, and then let's get these 2 off. All right, so now we're ready to attach these onto our pink circle, our bubble bath one. And so I'm gonna start placing it. And what I did was I took with the V and I put it on the one leg here by the point of the heart, because I felt like that was the center. And then I did my E a little higher like this, my O next to the V, and then my L a little bit higher. And I just think it's so cute. And then of course, I'm gonna drop that here. Of course, you know, I'm going to put some Wink of Stella on here because that is the magic, the sparkle, right? We need lots of sparkles. So we're gonna add some Wink of Stella on the word love. And I know you guys probably won't be able to see it in the camera, but trust me, it's nice and cute and sparkly. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and glue this piece on top, okay? So we're gonna add our adhesive onto our box on this side. And then what you want to do is try and line your circle up. I'm going to hold it up and then I'm going to show you. But basically, if you were looking right over the top of it, it's impossible for me to do that and show you straight on camera. So there we go. So there's my topper. I'm going to take a mini glue dot. And I'm going to attach it onto my bow here. And I'm going to add our bow onto this red part here. So it looks like it's holding our lollipop, but it's not. And I'll give you some dimensions in a minute. The ribbon that I used was 10 inches, I think, or 8 inches of ribbon to tie my little piece, and then I trim the edge. Now all of these are scraps, so but the real red circle is a 3.5 by 3.5. The basic white is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the bubble bath is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then I just use scraps of real red and scraps of basic white to die cut out my word love. And the ribbon, I believe, is 8 inches. I didn't write it on my sheet, but I'm pretty sure you can get a nice bow with an 8-inch piece of ribbon. And now we're going to decorate it with some rhinestones. So let's grab the basic rhinestone jewels, and we're going to use 3 of them. So we'll put 1 on here, 1 down here on the white piece, and 1 on the pink. And I think that looks adorable. Super cute, super easy. I hope that you guys have been starting to amass your collection of shapes, since you see how much I use mine. I mean, I am constantly using my different shapes for so many projects. I think you get your money's worth and then some if you choose to purchase basic shape dies. Let me get my dimensionals out of the way so that I can bring this stuff back in for you. All right, so we used all that stylish shapes, everyday details, and mini alphabet dies. Pretty awesome. And here are our lollipops. I will be live tomorrow with a video at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so don't miss that. And if you missed yesterday's video, the Sunday video on my mini nugget mailbox, super cute. Don't go back and check that out. And I will see you here tomorrow night. I hope to have you join us with the live stream. If not, the replay will be available after the live is over. Thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Happy stamping!